What's up, everybody? You're listening to the X3 Drop. I'm Xell.
And I'm Ducky.
And with us today, we have our first guest. Oh, baby. When you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tora. I'm your local X3 dropper, friend of the
Yes,
pod.
sir.
Yeah, friend of the show.
pod.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
And today we're doing a little bit of a different, topic. But before we get into it, I just want to say, if you guys are enjoying the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe. We're now officially on, the podcast platforms like Amazon, Spotify, Apple. We're also on Deezer. It's a real platform.
That's a setup.
That's a trap. He has two Dawn active.
What's
Hawk.
Deezer?
There's no. But okay, so we're on everything. So let us know, how you guys are enjoying that. And on top of that, also exciting announcement is that we've launched the Patreon, and we've got some official things that you can do if you're sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah,
through Patreon.
totally.
So we have the $5 tier, which lets you join our exclusive Discord that we have. If you guys want to chat with us, we're going to be active in there. We're figuring it out as we go. So help us build that community.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited about this one. We also have a second tier. We're going to start watching the entirety of the One Piece anime together as a watch along, and that's actually going to be a perk. You can come in, watch us, react to the One Piece anime. I think it's going to be a good time.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, Josh has not seen a lot of the anime, so I think it'll be really fun. At all?
Nothing.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good time to just hang out and stuff. So we have that. We're limited to the amount of slots that we can do on Discord, but that's also a perk. And then finally, if you want to get more involved, we have this extra tier where you can suggest us topics and deck lists. We're planning on doing some gameplay videos and stuff like that in the future. So, if you guys want to get more involved, we have a more extra tier for that
sure.
as well. Or if you just really love the podcast and want to, splash some cash. So, but that said, let's get into it. Today, we're doing something very different. So, Josh, you want to introduce us?
Yeah, totally. So today, normally on the X3 drop, we talk about meta-analysis.
Yes, sir.
What are the popular decks to bring to a regional?
GP Luffy.
What are the, leaks for new sets that are coming out?
Yeah.
Animal Marco.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh my god.
But today, we are ranking every single kind of One Piece trading card game player. Let's get started with the first category. Or I guess we should go over the tiers first, huh?
Yeah,
we should go over the tiers.
Let's go over, because we are trying to rank all the people, all the denizens of the earth, who walk into your LGS or your regional that you're in, and we're ranking all of them.
Yeah, every single archetype of Homo erectus you can even think of, we have listed here. And
boy, are we erectus.
Yes,
Oh my god.
we are Homo and we are erectus.
And with that, let's talk about the categories.
The categories. So first, we've got Gaming Legend. This is the guy that you write home about. Mm-hmm. You'll tell your kids legends about this guy. You tell your kids legends about this guy for eons to come. There's going to be some guy hunched over with a lantern outside of a cave telling stories about this guy. His name is written on the ancient tombs of the pyramids. This guy is just the GOAT.
Buried with the pharaohs.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The straight Tutankhamun. Yeah.
Love it.
Below that, we've got Net Positive. This is just a really good influence in the community. This person's existence, I think, brings other players up, makes their experience quite a bit better.
I like these guys.
These are just good, self-explanatory, net positive.
Quite a step down from being buried with the pharaohs, but still we like them.
Yeah, we like them.
They get the side pyramids.
Yeah.
I feel like you tell your kids about them offhand. You're one time this guy.
We just don't name them.
Yeah.
They're not buried in the pyramid. Maybe they're in the front of the pyramid, like the Sphinx.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm down to be a sphinx.
Yeah. Below that, we've got Harmless. These guys are
Net
harmless.
Neutral. Yeah, just, they exist.
We don't love them. We don't hate them.
Yeah.
They're there. They suck some air.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing. Below that, we've got Net Negative. Now we're starting to dislike these guys a little
Yeah.
bit. We don't think these guys are good for the community. They're not necessarily like pests or even, invasive species, but they're kind of annoying to have in your community. If we didn't have them, it might be a better place.
They're the stone lion. I don't know if you guys know this term, stone lion. Like old houses, they have those stone lions. They're ugly. No one likes them. So you walk by and you go, ugh. Oh, that's tough.
Oh.
That's tough for me.
That's
You
tough
have
for
a
you.
tattoo of it?
Yeah, I got one on my leg. It's a big one too, a 6-incher. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
tough for
That's
it.
tough.
That's what they call a
Yeah.
stone lion, buddy.
Harmless. Below net negative, we've got jail. These are the guys we need to put away.
Yes.
We don't like these guys. They need rehabilitation. They need to seek help. Think about your actions for a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
We need to put you on a 7-step program to get you back into society.
Yeah, these guys are not well integrated, and will likely probably stay that way unless they get Guantanamo Bay. Bars. Put them behind bars.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair.
Below that, we have death penalty.
Get him out of here.
Get 'em out.
My God.
Lethal injection, electric shock, poison gas, whatever it takes, get them out of here. we don't want these guys here. Then that is a death penalty.
Anywhere near, yeah.
Nah.
Okay. So those are the categories. Obviously, kind of best to worst, unless I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to end it all, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But yeah. So let's get this started here. We've got the first person
Yeah.
category of
Yep.
type of player in the One Piece community. The tier enthusiasts.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, these are the guys who just enjoy playing the strong decks.
Yep.
Hey, what's coming up in Japan? I want to play the one that's really good.
What is BDIF?
Yeah,
What is tier 0?
they love that. They
The-
love that.
These guys are also like the Twitter lurkers. Like they're on all the Twitter like reposters and they're like, this deck, do you see this list?
Yeah.
Do you see that list? They played this card. And
Yeah.
they're always just like, this is the best deck.
Yeah.
They get
Animal Marco with the Richie blocker.
All right.
No one said that on Twitter ever.
Wake up from this dream, Josh. Wake up.
Wake up. It's okay. He can't hurt you. Yeah. So, anyways, these guys obviously, I think by another term you'd call them like tier whores or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I am obviously one of these people. If you know me, you know I like strong decks.
Yep.
I want to argue that these guys are actually net positive.
I agree. I think these are net positive because they play the decks that are strong. Without them, there will be no meta. There's no off meta without them. There's no anti meta without them. The leaders are strong because they're printed that way.
Yeah.
We are playing them because they're effective, they're efficient, they're powerful, and they're consistent, right?
Yeah, and I think like the people who generally dislike these guys are the people who specifically try not to play meta decks. But here's the thing: for those people, you guys don't exist without tier enthusiasts, right?
I agree.
So they are a necessity part of like the ecosystem, and they make your experience better because you have something to aim for. You have so I think
There's a baseline.
yeah, there's a baseline, and it's just I think they just naturally it's part of the card game community, and I think they're the type of people who make the experience enjoyable, right?
For
because
sure.
like there's either that mountain to climb, you need to prepare for the match. Because when you go to the regional, they're not all going to be playing, Vegapunk,
Right.
Bello Betty, Iceberg,
If they were, then that would be the meta, and those would be the tier enthusiasts.
and
You know
they
what
would
I
be-
mean?
Yeah, exactly. In the end, we're playing this game because it's a competitive card game. It's a competitive card game, so you're trying to win. So net positive.
Net
That's
positive.
My, that's
I
my.
agree. I think I'm also one of these people when there's something to play for. And I don't see it as like an evil I bring upon the community. Like I'm bringing another GP Luffy deck to this local and I'm ready to ruin your day.
I'm just another statistic.
I'm here to end it.
See that big part of the pie chart? That's me.
Yeah, okay, but also there's those people that like beating you on those decks, and that's fine.
Yeah.
There's that like the yin and yang of the local is like built upon the backs of the constant rotation of these tier 0 decks.
Yeah, I mean, also keep in mind, like, this is not breaking news. Winning is sick.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah, this is not
I
news
love
to
winning.
anybody. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think we're all in agreement here. Tier enthusiast, net positive.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. And after I drag that guy up there, the next one we've got up is the Sloppy Joe. This is the player who's just a mess. Just so messy. Nothing is clean about what they do, how they play. Their trash is everywhere. Their deck, sloppy, slanted. Their active characters, tilted. Their rested characters, almost upside down. Their leader is always rested for some reason. It doesn't get unrested. Their Dawn is stacked on top of their leader. It's sideways. It's upside down. How much Dawn this? How much Dawn that? I hate this guy.
I'm so annoyed hearing this. I was like, death penalty.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't go
Quickly.
I wouldn't go that far.
Quickly.
Quickly, swiftly.
Hayaku.
Who raised these people to be this way?
I don't
you know.
know.
Like
We failed them as a society.
yeah, that's on us, kind of.
As a card game community, like, is this nature or nurture?
This has to be
nature.
This is nature.
This is
Yeah.
nature.
This is
yeah.
nature. So-
because I think it's tough when you're playing somebody to be like, can you just like clean it up, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
don't want to be
like-
that guy.
When they have their active Dawn stacked in a pile and then the Dawn they attach to their leader stacked in a pile, I don't want to have to ask you how much Dawn is underneath your leader, perfectly tucked underneath your leader so it's hidden that I can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir?
And then I think what's even more annoying sometimes is that it interferes with their own play sometimes.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you pass the turn and, you know, they have some cards sideways, but they don't touch their board yet. They just go straight to draw a card and let me tank. And then they go, oh, did I swing yet?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, sorry.
Yep.
Let me get the Dawn back. How much Dawn am I at? Did I draw a card? Did I start my turn?
Yeah.
Sir.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't. You go 5 lead, take. Oh, I don't have life. Like, come on, dude. Like, these players are just so clumsy all the time. You only have 10 possible Dawn cards you have. Somehow they're in 17 piles.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand how that's even possible.
Okay, fine. I will be lenient. Jail.
Okay, so my argument for jail here is that they're able to be rehabilitated, I think, because it is nature and not nurture.
Okay, but low key, it's the problem is we just don't have the resources
No.
to rehabilitate these
Tax
people.
the rich. Tax the rich.
You don't want to be known as the op in your local as well. You don't want to
Yeah.
be like, that guy told me to pick up my Dawn.
Low key, we need to start classes about like card hygiene. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
we need classes. We need a teacher to be like, okay, class, this is how you start your turn properly. We take all of our Dawn. Da, da, da. You know, like
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
some sort of
Yeah.
lesson here,
Yeah.
like to prepare people to play.
Are you listening, Bandai? Make that video.
we
Make
need
that
we need
video.
it. We need it. And
We
then,
need 7 languages.
And then what's crazy is like we live now in the digital card age. So funny enough, like I come from Magic, right? There are people who play Magic who have only played on the online clients, and so they're used to like lands and their mana being used and tapped without them having to do anything.
Sure.
So then when they come and play in paper for the first time, it's like the lands are just all the way over, like. They're everywhere. Like most people, when they play Magic, they have the lands behind. You know, your Dawn, you have it behind. You do that. These people have it in front of their board.
Yeah.
They have it on the side of their board. They
Yeah.
don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
We need classes, man. We need government support.
Yeah.
We need to help these people.
We need to bring back the playmats with the zones on them.
yeah. We need those. Like they cannot make these playmats without those zones. We need help.
Yeah,
we
like
need help.
why is your leader somehow behind me? I don't understand.
Until the resources are available,
Yeah.
we gotta kill them off.
I wouldn't. They might go extinct before the resources come in.
Okay,
I wouldn't be that crazy about it.
I think if you brought them together in weekly meetings, call that Messi's Anonymous or something, and you're just like, you sit them down and you're like, I'm little Jimmy. I don't know how to put my Dawn correctly. Like, that's my problem. And
Yeah.
then everyone claps and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, this is how you do it, children.
I think the Sloppy Joe can go in jail. I think they can be rehabilitated. We
Fine,
can put him away. We can put him away.
Damn. Okay, Sakazuki.
Yeah, this guy got the. He's ready to shoot.
He said, "Boom."
Yeah,
I got the finger pistol ready in life.
yeah. Next up, we've got always shit, always mad.
I low-key love these guys.
This is the player that might play a bad leader, perform really poorly, play really poorly, make a lot of mistakes, and complain about it.
Yeah.
He also may or may not even play a bad leader. This guy can play a tier 0 deck, GP Luffy, Shanks, lose the game because he made 17 mistakes,
yeah,
and then go, I played that shit perfect. How did I lose? I have 9 bricks. That's crazy. The guy swung 5 at you. You didn't use leader ability, brother. This guy is just always upset.
Yeah. Okay. I have a hot take.
Yeah.
Net positive.
Dude.
All right, speak to that.
Okay. So, because
sell me on this.
Okay. Yeah. So they're annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh god, I have to play this guy again, and yeah, I'm gonna beat them, and now I have to tank their sob story.
Yeah.
Oh, I had this happen, this happened, this happened, but they showed up and they added to the pot, baby.
Oh. Damn, we're little pot goblins now, are we?
You know what I mean?
Pricing,
you know what I mean?
Pricing is good with them.
Yeah,
pricing
is
is good.
Yeah.
I like them. We call them fish.
Oh man,
you sit at the
we're
table?
the shark.
I think I can buy into that narrative. I think I can buy into that narrative because I think this person is always mad because they care.
Yeah.
This is somebody who's passionate about what they do. They just happen to be dog at it.
Yeah.
They're just bad at it and they don't know why. But you can tell that they care about the game or they care about the IP and they're passionate about it in some form. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of people, especially if they're new to competitive games, I think everyone's been there. You know, I remember the time in my life where I picked up the game League of Legends, and boy, was I mad a lot.
How many mice did you break?
Oh, man, I was never a literal physical thrower.
Oh, yeah?
But
Stuart Little was safe.
I bought a good desk. That thing had good support. Bam, 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 you know. So I've been there. I've been there. It's basically
we've all been there.
Yeah. So I think these people, hopefully, the ideal hope is that they are passionate. They see that they are losing a lot, and they learn. Right?
Yeah.
And they stop being always shit, always mad.
I just think I'm gonna put them actually in net negative.
Okay, speak to that.
My reasoning between net negative, it's just not a good time. You know,
Fair?
I think there's a lot of new players to the game. The game seems to continuously be growing, which is awesome. And I think these people kind of, I don't want to say gatekeep in a way, gatekeep the vibes. Like if you queue into them round 1, let's say you put like 100 games on the sim and you're like, kind of like, I understand the basics. I know what I'm doing. And you just play like a higher level deck than these people. You're just like, I come in, I play Zoro, I run them down, got a little lucky, we get there. But they're just complaining and complaining. And it makes you feel bad. And you don't want to come back. And I think that's the problem with them. They make me not want to go back to that local.
Yeah, I think specifically, I just feel like I am the benefiter of when these people show up.
Sure.
So
Sure.
but I think for sure, if you're like a newer player, you show up to a local for the first time,
And you queue into always shit, always mad.
oh man, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, actually, I buy that. I'm
Yeah.
down for net negative.
Yeah, I'm down for net negative.
All right, net
Unless
negative,
you're at
you
my
sold
local.
me. Unless you're at my local, thanks for the money, jump.
I dedicate this booster pack to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, the real X3 droppers over here don't want them.
Next up, Jen, you want to take this one?
Okay, yeah, this one we have the low tier hero. Good.
Oh
Yeah. So this is the low tier hero that plays a bad leader or quote unquote bad leader, but
Yeah.
really believes in their leader, right? It's low tier. Nobody plays it. Nobody knows what cards are in the deck. They never complain when they lose. They never pop off when they win. They're clocking in. They're clocking out. And to me, this is a gaming legend.
Oh, I'm in agreement.
I love these people.
I just want to for those who play in the LA scene on the west side, this is Monkey DBZ Luffy.
The GOAT.
So
The GOAT.
the knowers know this guy is the absolute GOAT. He, for the longest time, only played Yellow Yamato and refused to play anything else when Katakuri was the meta yellow leader. When even Yamato got a new leader that was just better. Yellow green leader with double attack, has access to Hody, had access to reject. You know, at the time, he just did not care.
Yeah.
Yellow Yamato.
And he would cook people.
Fuego. Fuego.
Everybody has lost to this guy at least like a handful of times.
Yeah,
I've lost to this guy plenty of times. And when I lose, he just goes, good game. He shakes my hands. He smiles.
Packs it up.
And we go our
Rides off
separate
into the
ways.
sunset.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, legend has it. He's still playing Yellow Yamato.
Yeah.
But I think he's playing Union Arena. I haven't seen this guy in a while.
I think the last time I saw him, he was playing like Buggy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
This guy
Buggy.
just kind of a low tier legend, right?
Yeah,
I would tell all my friends about this guy. I would tell my kids about this guy.
Yeah.
He's on the tombstone for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think just like it's just the admirable quality of like being the underdog but not whining about it.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
I think these people just deserve our admiration and respect.
All right.
Bury him in that pyramid.
Yeah.
He's getting buried. King
But-
Tut.
Here's the thing. Of course we have our low tier hero who are good, but that also means we have low tier hero evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
These are stinky. These are the guys who play the low tier heroes. These guys who play Yellow Yamato lose. Man, you're playing Lucci. Like, why everybody is tier whoring? Why are you guys playing tier 1 decks? You guys are no fun. There's no variety in the meta. These guys complain all the time. They just make a fuss about it.
Yes. Oh my God. I have a bone to pick with these people. I am so tired of your excuses. Just pick a good leader.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. You don't have to be Mr. Special. Oh, okay. Oh, you're so cool with your iceberg leader. Is that what you wanted to hear? You wanted me to sit down and go, oh, wow, you're playing iceberg. That's so cool. Let me cook you. Shake my hand. GG's. Shake my hand.
Give me that.
I don't want to hear it.
That's insane. Absolutely absurd.
I'm tired of the excuses, man.
Yeah.
It's just the thing. And like, you chose that leader, my
Yeah.
brother in Christ. You chose to play this.
Like, if you choose to play Green Kuro, like, and because you like him for some weird reason, because you like Django 123,
One of
I
these?
don't like
One of these?
you because you like a cat in the bag, whatever the fuck he says. You should die with that deck, right?
Yeah.
You win with it, awesome. You lose with it, hey man, we had a good run. I like the leader. This is cool, right? Their attitude is what makes me think that this is a net negative.
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, it's not like somehow they ever get to a point where they're ever happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Like,
never happy.
They win, they're not happy. They lose, they're not happy. Suddenly the meta changes and their deck actually becomes good. They're still not happy.
Oh my God, that's such a good point. When their deck becomes the best deck in the format, they go, oh, I was the first one to ever play this. Now that everybody's playing it, I'm not
don't wanna
playing
play
it.
it.
Jail.
Okay.
Jail.
The biggest part about this is like them switching is just so cringe because they
Yeah.
go back and they're like, let me play this other thing.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why?
Yeah, these are the contrarians.
It was your time.
Yeah.
Just take it.
They just like to
Take
be
it.
different to be different.
Yeah, I don't understand this
Yeah.
mentality. I've just never, across all games, I've just never understood this mentality. Jail.
I'm down for jail.
Send them to Guantanamo.
Send them to Guant.
Just sit at home and think about your life decisions, man.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror.
Life is short.
Yeah.
Play a good leader.
Yeah.
All right.
Or at least like your leader.
Yeah.
And don't complain about it, or I'll see you in the streets. Next up, we've got the Ruleshark, the ankle shooter.
God,
Oh.
yes. You want to explain for people who might not know the terminology here?
Yeah, for the uninitiated, the Ruleshark is the type of player who is really particular about maybe wordings or certain phrases in cards and will call a judge on you because certain things didn't progress in a certain way that the card is like specifically states it needs to. Like in One Piece, for example, the word up to is used a lot. You may, up to one of your leaders may gain 2,000 power for this turn. And if you don't announce that your leader is getting plus 2,000 power for this turn, technically as per the rules, your leader can also gain nothing.
Yeah.
And
Not
so
that anyone would play that way.
nobody
but
would play it that way, but
by the rules, lawyered, you have Deloitte's best lawyers on the case.
yeah, these guys have gavels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
A gum gavel, perhaps.
gum gavel. Yeah.
And these people are just very annoying because it's like, yeah, you're right by the rules, but
they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're just a little slimy.
Yeah, it's just slimy and just bad vibes. I dislike this guy.
Yeah. You've had run-ins with these people, right?
Yeah. I was in my winning in on Pasadena, and this guy, I still remember your username. I just saying it starts with the letter M. I
you
remember
ain't
got shooters.
Hey, you ain't safe. Hey, you
I
ain't safe.
remember you.
The X3 remembers.
Yeah, I was playing BY at the
Yeah.
time, and this was the last round, and I think I was X2. So if I win, I'm guaranteed top 32, no matter what. And so I go through my BY like loop thing with the baby Luffy, whatever, and of course the baby Luffy says up to one of your leaders can gain 2k for the turn cycle.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going fast and just going through it, and then he goes, "You didn't announce that your leader got the buff."
So annoying. That's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't want this 2,000 power.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay, sure, dude.
Yeah.
And
in fact, shrink my leader.
yeah. And of course, that situation won them the game.
Yeah.
And very annoying situation. And despite my own personal hate for these people, I would still probably categorize them as like harmless.
Yeah, probably harmless.
Yeah, I want to say net negative or even jail just out of my own personal feelings, but the truth is they aren't technically doing anything wrong, and it's a tough line, I think, because like you do need to abide by the rules, right?
Yeah.
Like I do think like people shouldn't take back at big tournaments, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think there's a certain level of like just mutual respect as competitors that like we are trying to win. So I understand where they're coming from. I don't personally agree to that ethics, but there are a lot of times in this game in particular, there's stakes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like
in that win and in, like that can be the difference between you potentially winning a serial or not, right? After going into top cut. So I get it. I just don't like you.
Yeah, I also don't like this person, but they're not doing, like you said, anything wrong. They're still playing within the rules of the game, even though the rules are dumb and stupid. But yeah, I think these are harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the local level, I think this person is amplified to be worse. Because you're just trying to like...
Dude, there's nothing on the line, man.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yes. Like, we play for boxes in SoCal, which is like... apparently unheard of in a lot of different places in the U.S.
Yeah.
But still, again, it's like $10 for a box. If you have a little thing where you didn't know, that's okay. Take it back. Like, we're just community building here.
Yeah.
Trying to make friends going out to these things.
Yeah.
Regionals, yes, I kind of understand that more.
Yeah.
You could be paying for $500 to like $1,000. So
Yeah.
something where you're just like, I need this is...
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's technically still up to us to really be careful about how we go about doing our actions.
Be
and
clean, announce things,
So,
and
I think they're harmless. Yeah.
just call a judge, too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Next up, we've got Lost in the Sauce / the McDonald's chef. You want to explain this one, Xell?
Yeah, this is so, we in the card game community, we say, hey, that guy cooked. That guy cooked something good when he wins something.
Yeah, that is gourmet.
Yeah. But then they keep cooking and they keep cooking.
Oh my God. It went from medium rare to super well.
Yeah. And then you burn it to a crisp.
Yep.
And that's what these guys are. They burn things to a crisp. And These guys are kind of awesome. They have my respect, to be honest.
I agree.
I think a lot of us, like, especially because, we're always a couple months behind the Japanese meta. And so it's so easy for us to just, like, pick up deck lists and just be like,
definitely.
that's the reality of things. We just keep going.
Yeah.
These guys actually push the envelope. And
For
I
sure.
think there's a lot of respect to be had there. Sometimes that envelope looking pretty burnt. And
yeah.
that's the problem.
It's like those you ever do those 7th grade history assignments where you can burn the edges of your paper, put some coffee stain on it to make your parchment look really old for your presentation. It's kind of like that, right? But sometimes it's beast.
Yeah.
Elizzo Bello the Third.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know what that is, but he got top 16 or something. I don't know.
That's
insane.
fire.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
And so, I think if I had to rank them right now, I actually think they're net positive.
I agree.
I agree.
I think it's very admirable, even though they come up with the craziest stuff and, like, a lot of it doesn't work. But at least it lets you think a little outside the box, and I think we all need that sometimes.
Yeah, it showcases a lot of cards that you may not have known existed and might help you with your own versatility as a deck builder, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I see cross-playing Barrier and Rebecca. Can I play Barrier in another black deck that trashes a lot, like Lucci, when I feel a little fragile in a certain meta?
Yeah.
I think it really just helps the community as a whole that these guys are, putting Big Mac sauce on a McChicken.
Yeah.
So sick.
sometimes they, and then other times, it's a good reminder of what not to do.
Yep. 100%.
That's a good thing too.
Yeah. I can't test every card in the game, but
We
you
thank
can,
you guys.
and thank you.
Yeah. We salute you.
They're also like the librarians. They know every card
know
to
every
ever
card.
exist.
Yep.
And it's crazy.
All right, so we got McDonald's chef and net positive.
These next guys.
Yeah, next guy.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, sorry guys. Looks like we have a repair. This guy somehow named Sean showed up late, didn't register to the thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys, repair.
Yep. Every time.
Thank
Mr.
God.
Repair.
Thank God he's taking the heat. This was me a week ago.
Yeah, Sean just happened to be the most recent person.
Yeah. He is the
Thank you, my lord.
the most recent bias for sure.
This guy is a force of nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giveth and giveth away.
Yeah, this guy is always late for some reason, or just doesn't register on the app, or doesn't pay entry for some reason. Goes, hey, I'm actually, I'm not in. I'm Gerald. I'm not in. Like, come on. We've all been here for 45 minutes. Dude.
Yep. And I still didn't register.
Yeah. As much as I want to say like this guy is a net negative and kind of like waste people's time, he doesn't really waste that much time. Overall, I feel like repair simulator guy is harmless.
Mm-hmm.
Death penalty.
That's crazy.
You are Sakazuki.
I do want to preface that we each of us do have a one time that is effectively like a veto, right? Or reverse veto. Nobody can do anything about where we want to put this archetype of player.
He's trying to kill me.
Are you using your one time here?
I did it once.
It's fine, but I do feel like the bigger the local or the bigger the tournament,
Sure.
the penalties start to look a little
Yeah,
juicy.
but there's also like a limit, right?
You're
There's
wasting a lot of people's
threshold.
time.
There's no repair guy at a regional.
Yeah, that's true.
That guy just gets around one
I
loss.
did repair you into him, didn't I?
You did.
You repair. That was you.
Nope.
That was him.
Death penalty.
You can use your one time. You can use your one time. I think this is a harmless guy.
Me too.
Okay.
Harmless. It may be net
I'm
positive.
just being tough on people.
Yeah.
I just want people to be more cognizant.
I think so too. I think that these people need a bit of work. This guy is borderline net negative.
Yeah,
you know what I
borderline,
mean.
borderline.
But I feel like he hasn't done enough to warrant net negative. I think
it
it's
just happens.
I live to repair another day.
Next up, we've got no consent, no problem.
Huh?
This is the guy who will not ask you to touch your cards.
Oh.
Instead of asking, hey, may I see your trash? May I see your leader? I don't know what your leader does. Oh, can I see that character? Can I read the text on it? Is it on KO or, is this an on play? What is that? Normally, players would ask you, and you would just show them.
Yeah.
Right? This is common.
Yeah, no
courtesy.
worries. Yeah, here you go.
This is the guy who just does not ask you and just grabs your stuff.
He's that. Have you guys ever seen that guy on TikTok who goes around like the Floridian
yeah.
Everglades and he goes,
It's so sick.
Yoink.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yoink.
Yeah.
He just goes around. It's like snake. Yoink. Here's a little sneaky guy.
Yeah. That's
Yoink.
him.
Here's that is him.
This is the guy.
That is him.
Yeah.
I
Death penalty.
Yeah, like
I kind of want to give this guy death penalty.
No, jail.
Yeah,
jail.
but like,
this is we can save him.
yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah,
might be
yeah.
able to
I
save
think
him.
so. I think he just needs a little bit of rehab. Go to that AA meeting. Tell the group, hey, I touch people's yards without asking.
Yeah.
All right, we can fix that.
Yeah. Apology video.
Yeah.
A written apology.
Yeah.
It won't happen again.
Yeah.
I'll donate to the society of, like I respect all cards.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
cards I respect. So, just ask. Just ask.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying here.
Yeah, we're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might say no, depending on how gross your hands are.
There are
Yeah.
some gross hands, famously gross hands in One Piece.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty stuff.
Just know that people know who you are.
Yeah. You're not getting away from me.
I play base Rarity. They can touch that shit. I don't care. You can get that grime on my cards. I need new sleeves.
Okay, so next person we have. I like this guy. Never brings dice. It's sometimes me.
And it's me.
This annoys the living hell out of me because I always bring dice.
I
I'm
show
always
up.
loaded.
I'm like, oh, here's my deck. Here's my playmat. Oh, hey, what's up, man?
dude,
Shuffle up.
sometimes you don't even have a playmat.
That's actually true too.
Yeah, that one's insane.
Sometimes I do forget my playmat too. Yeah, I kind of lose at around 0, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, you get ready to start to play, and then you're like, oh man, we had to broach this first second thing. Oh, and then look one way, look the other. Hey, that guy got dice.
Yo-
Hey, can I use those?
Can I get those?
that?
I can't get some of that. I can't get some of that.
Yeah, just real quick. I just need it.
Yeah. Let me get those. High or low? Low. Oh, sure.
The
Okay.
problem is too is like it's not just for one round. You have to do it every single time.
round.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I think these guys are harmless. Come on.
You know,
Death
as much
penalty.
as
He's about. He dons the Navy cape. Death penalty.
I'm gonna give kind of a spicy take here. As much as I want to put this in harmless, I actually think that never brings dice is a net positive.
Oh, thank you.
And
all right, calm down.
Let me explain. So I think the reason why never brings dice is a net positive is because they facilitate some sort of interaction between tables. And, over the course of this game, it is still very community-based, right?
Yeah.
Over the table. It's a social interaction.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get lost in the sauce and you just really lock in and you play your games. You clock in, you clock out. But you forget that we're all playing still for fun and just kind of being goofy and borrowing dice from the guy next to you, talking about how, wow, you have such a silly katakuri liter. Like that's a fun thing too.
Sure,
It enables banter a little bit, and I think that's a net positive for playing over the table and building a cool community.
That's a cool take, I
Yeah.
think. I like that. I'm mostly because it gasses me up.
Yeah, you're the
I'm
opposite.
a community
You're the-
builder. I'm a pillar of the community, baby.
You're the annoying one.
You're the bad egg. But the thing about these guys is like when there's one, there's two because both of you don't have dice.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
true.
something to bond
Yeah,
like with the other
yeah,
person.
yeah.
You're like, oh well, which one are we gonna go for, left or right?
Yeah. So my argument is to put this guy in the net positive.
I'm down.
I'm down.
All right, net positive.
I
it
love
is.
that for you.
Oh, I'm so up.
Next up, we've got Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
This is the guy you see at your local game shop, your regional, your local competition, your treasure cups. You're opening up your prizing packs. Hey, what you got? What is that? Alternate?
Oh, is that an altar? Oh.
Is that SP?
Oh,
SP?
SP?
SP? Hey, you saw
You
that?
saw that? You saw that?
70%?
You saw that?
70% TCG player? You saw it? You getting rid of that? I have traits. I have traits.
clicking his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have traits.
Oh, is that
Hey,
Usopp?
this is 70%.
70%.
70%.
You
You
down?
down?
Okay,
I have
okay,
Venmo,
cool.
Zell. Like,
I got cash too.
this is the guy who's just constantly hustling. 70% TCG player guy, 65% TCG player. You're not gonna get a better deal.
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then when you have a counter offer, they're like, "Oh, it's not worth that. Come on." And
look at these eBay listings. They're all in Chinese. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, these guys are like finance advisors that work off hours. You know.
Yeah.
You're the classic
They're building
lowballers.
building their portfolio. Like there's that one app that like tracks all your card values.
Yeah.
And they like have it in at
That's
like
their favorite one.
Yeah, they're like the screen time is insane. It's
Yeah.
just the whole thing on their phone is just that.
Dude.
Calculator app is number 2. Like what's 70%? Oh yeah. They could do the math in their head. Actually, they've gotten to that point. They're like,
They
I got
export that spreadsheet to their computer as fat material for later. You know, they're like, "Oh, it's up to 50%." Oh. And then another card's like, "Oh, it's almost 300. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there."
this. That's crazy.
The value went down on blue balls.
Diamond hands.
I'm edging. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, I think I just don't like too much the finance side of card games very much. That's just me personally. I know a lot of other people like enjoy that part of card games. More power to you, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of the mind of like, hey, if this is your investment, like, boy, your 401k better be maxed.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
Roth IRA better be maxed.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to retire off of these cardboard thingies, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This game might not exist in 2 years.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
That's scary.
I think these guys, though, at the end of the day, are mostly harmless.
Yeah.
I just think that it's a little annoying sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. But also to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit, these guys can be annoying. They can be kind of sharks a little bit. They can be a little scammy, a little slimy, some snakes in the grass. But also some of them are not all evil, right?
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
there could be a good version of the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
This is the type of guy who will, courteously and kindly walk up to you and ask if you have any trades. Can I see your trade binder? They might even buy some of the stuff in your binder for market price.
Right.
These guys they just love the game and
Like collecting,
Yeah. Not all of them are sharks, but I feel like the title we gave this category, Wolf of Wall Street, is a bit more of the negative
The
connotation.
aggressive people.
Yeah.
You know?
So I kind of want to put these like almost a net negative, but they are effectively harmless because you do have a choice. They're not stealing your cards or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
offering you a price. You can just say no.
Yeah, you can really just say no. And I think also like it kind of feels better trading with a human than like a storefront.
Right.
And
Sure,
like
yeah.
these guys are usually also those guys that will buy your cards no one else wants.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, he's taking 70% for Usopp AA EB2. Check that out. Going up.
We got to price manipulate that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
market
good, guys. It's
manipulate.
so good.
Yeah.
This X3
All right, I'm telling
drop
you.
cast said it was good.
Blue green Sanji Zoro.
All right, we're going to the next
All right,
category
yeah.
here.
All right,
The next
never mind.
category. Wolf of Wall Street.
Ford
We're
on,
putting
you can
in
play vanilla
harmless.
Zoro.
Next up, we've got Gooner and Goonette. These are the guys with
I hate these guys.
with the crazy playmats, absolutely insane. The most provocative deck boxes known to mankind. They even have
I don't think it's provocative. It's just there.
porn. It's just porn.
It's all out, baby.
It's just
bad.
porn.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have figures. Have you seen these guys? They have figures.
No.
No,
of
I
just,
haven't
like,
seen the figures.
Yeah, they're just figures that they just leave them on their playmat or next to their deck box. It's just straight.
Pre-glue gun or post?
It has a texture.
Oh, not
texture to
a
'em.
texture. A glisten?
It has a matte finish.
Oh,
My
yeah.
goodness.
Like these guys are insane, right? Like their playmats are not really for a store with a children's card game, it's just straight milkers, straight melons, tits. It's just straight tits. Like
I'm at the supermarket in the fruit section.
yeah, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Put that away,
This
bro.
is absolutely
the fan
insane.
service of the card game community.
It's insane. Yeah.
Where would you guys put this?
Jail?
I'd also put them in jail. I think
You
this.
think this is do you think we have the resources to rehabilitate these people?
You know what's crazy is that
Death
some of
penalty.
oh,
the one time.
The
I'm pretty stout on jail just because like we can just like shame them into a new mat and a new.
You think shame is what stops them?
You know what? I'm kind of
You
with
might
Xell
be
here.
right.
Like,
I'm using my one time.
Oh,
These
no,
guys
okay.
straight dying.
All right.
They're out of here. I want these guys gone.
Gooner Goonette, death penalty. Nothing more needs to be said.
That's fine.
Nothing
That's
more needs to be
fine.
I'm
said.
using my one time.
Nothing needs to be said.
Seriously, guys, I don't think these people care.
Get it together.
It's not about
Get it together.
anybody else but them. And I remember at the last store regional we went to, there was a guy with a crazy playmat, man. 5 girls. I think it was actually 5 of the same girl,
Which is
in
crazy.
different poses, just everything out.
Yeah.
And not only that, it was an extra large playmat. It wasn't standard size.
I did see this guy too. Like, he sat down. He looked like a normal dude, and he lays out his mat in front of his opponent and acts like everything is normal. Like there isn't 17 labias just on his playmat. That's insane.
straight
It's
out.
just not normal, but they sit down like it is, and
Yeah.
that's the problem.
I
It's
looked at
insane.
my Bandai app and I was like, oh, it's like the Milkman. And I was like, oh, that's a cool name. I look up. Oh, that's why he's the Milkman.
Yeah,
The
that's
milk
crazy.
man.
Yeah, that's crazy. About to milk his prostate. That's insane. Yeah, but all right. Nothing
Moving
needs to be
on.
said. One time, Gooner Goonette in jail. Next one.
Okay, so this next person is the guy or gal
Yeah,
that goes to time every round.
man.
That's time of the round, and we have this person again.
Yep.
It's the same person week in, week out.
Yeah.
I personally do not like this person.
Yeah, I also want to say that I don't like this person either, but I have some empathy towards this kind of person.
yeah.
Because not every one of these guys who go to time in the rounds are intentionally doing it. Some
for
players are new, or some players are maybe inexperienced with their deck, and they're just a little slower. Some players are playing just strict control decks, and those games tend to drag on quite a bit longer. You
Yeah.
know, like maybe NL mirrors or Lucci mirrors. Like these games, tend to drag on for to no one's fault.
Yeah. We can't all play at the speed of lightning the way
Yeah.
JCM does. So.
Yeah, that boy is fast.
Every round, you like see him walk around, and you're like, "Did you have a bye?" And he's like, "No, I played."
No,
That's crazy.
I won.
Brother, I'm still shuffling my deck.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane. My opponent hasn't even shown up yet.
He's just
How are
walking
you
around.
done?
we
again.
can't even do the no-show thing.
Yeah. How are you done already? It doesn't make any sense.
I think you bring a good point though. Like I think I truly do believe that a lot of these people aren't like trying to angle shoot in a way. It'd be crazy for that guy who goes to time at your locals. Like that's the way they're gonna win the local is
Yeah.
by a rule essentially rule sharking them like 4 times in a row. It's not the case.
Yeah.
Like
This guy's gonna get laughed out
I
of the
do,
building.
yeah, I do genuinely believe that this person is trying. They just are slow. Now, here's what I have to say to them: pick it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you're right? Like this is something that you can learn.
Yeah.
You can learn your lines a bit faster, so they're just a bit more automatic when
Yeah,
you play.
yeah,
You don't have
yeah.
to think about them too much. I want to say harmless, but could also be net negative.
I could go with either.
I think I'm leaning towards net negative.
Yeah.
And that's just like a preference thing, I think,
Sure.
for me. Just
And
I'm fast, and maybe that's not good because I tend to make mistakes. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me like that ever again.
I just pat him on the back for the listeners.
But yeah, I think I don't want to sit there for the whole 5 hours of a 5-hour like local.
Yeah.
I think people are going to the local after work and they're like, I still need time to decompress. I want to be out of there. If this local starts at 7, 5 rounds, 9 o'clock.
It's honestly
9:30.
really blessed that One Piece events are like generally on the faster side. Like just coming from Magic, like Magic rounds can take so long. Best of 3. There's no hard cutoff for time. So
Oh my God.
That's
things can
absurd.
take- yeah,
That is insane.
You just get your 5 turns, but you got 5 turns.
Yeah.
no
Oh
matter
my
what.
God.
So
And some Magic cards say take an extra turn.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it can take a while. But yeah, I'm gonna say generally, I think I'm leaning towards net negative.
I'm
Because
down for
I
net
do
negative.
think
Sure.
like after a certain time, like you should learn, right? And like get more comfortable, make these decisions a little bit quicker. Like, of course, everyone goes to time eventually. Like I've been there. I'm sure you guys have been there. But if you make it a consistent thing, like you gotta look inwards.
Yeah, a little introspection. Yeah, I'm in agreement here. I think net negative, but we don't hate you.
No.
Just pick it up a little
Just
bit.
pick it up a
It's
little
also
bit.
like a meta problem, right? When like a Nell was popular, like that's just the grind. The absolute grind.
Yeah, but
marathon.
then there are NL, matches that are really long. But then you go to the best NL in North America, JCM. None of his matches ever go to time.
So might be a JCM thing.
There's a way.
GOAT.
There's a way.
Yeah, there is a way.
I said
So,
I'm fast.
net
He's
negative.
Lightning McQueen.
Net negative for this. Next up, we've got cards in hand. How many?
Seven.
Seven
Cards?
cards. Yeah, we got seven.
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 Okay, he's thinking.
Yeah.
He's thinking. He's thinking.
How many cards? How many cards?
I
in hand?
still have 7
We
cards
still
in
have
hand.
7 cards.
This
man.
is the guy that just asks you over and over again how many cards in hand. This isn't the guy who asks you once a turn or maybe once per interaction, right? You can swing twice with 2 characters and then he'll revisit and he'll ask you how many cards in hand. I'm perfectly fine with you asking,
Yeah.
I have 5 in hand now. I gave you 1K and 2K. That's perfectly fine. I don't want you to have a mental stack of how many cards I have in my hand. This is not an online treasure cup. I'm over the table. I'm here. I'm willing to answer your question. But if you ask me at the beginning of my turn how many cards I have in my hand and I say 7, and you ask me after 15 seconds of doing nothing again, death penalty. Kill them. Die.
He's on my side. We're trying to kill him.
Die.
No, this is fucking Sokka and Borsalino, bro.
Kill them, dude.
Hey, justice needs to be served.
These are the ops.
Brother, I still got the same. You haven't done anything.
Oh my god. So even though it is annoying, I think these guys are harmless.
I think they're harmless too.
Unless
I
you have your one time, still.
Dude,
I have my one time, but I'm saving my one time. I'm saving my one time.
Alright.
I think at the end of the day, these guys are really annoying, but it doesn't really hurt me to say I have 7 cards still.
Yeah.
I still have 7.
I do the thing where I fan out my hand on their turn, so like
They're not looking.
there's
You
no,
can
there's
show
no
them
way
how
they
many.
count that.
They're not looking.
No shot.
I even do it where it's like if I have like 7 cards, I do like 5 cards and then 2 cards on top, so it's easy to count.
Yeah.
No shot.
No, they're
How
not
many
looking.
cards?
They're not looking.
It's on the
7.
table.
Yeah, you can have 5 cards in hand, and you can put a dice that indicates I have 5 in hand, and they still wouldn't know how many cards
They
you
would
have in
still
hand.
ask.
They would still ask.
And
don't
honestly,
care.
that's a power play.
Yeah, they don't care about you. They don't care about me.
All right. Well, where are we putting it?
They care about cards in hand. I think these guys are harmless. I think these guys are harmless. As much as they annoy the living hell out of me, these guys are harmless.
Yeah. Speaking of things that may or may not annoy us, the next one we have is Chatty Cathy.
Oof.
These are the people who be yapping.
Straight Animal Crossing.
Tom Nook, please. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, my God.
This lethal turn is hard.
These guys are yapping.
Yeah, these guys will not stop talking. It's like they're narrating everything that happens. They're like, they get bored of our game. Well, let me go ahead and look at my opponent, like my next door neighbors.
Yeah.
What are they doing over there? Hey, you see this guy? He's playing a no. Hey, I think he's gonna do this. He's gonna do. You're like,
Beige out of life. Am I right? I'll be here always.
leave me alone. Just trying to play the game, sir. I generally dislike this person. I think I would still probably say they're overall harmless.
I think so.
Like even though it's my personal preference, like
Yeah.
but I get it, right? Because like some people they come to these things. It's in the end, it's a card game,
Yeah.
right? It's a thing we do for leisure. So you socialize, and you if that's the way that you have fun, like I get that, I understand. I'm just a little more introverted, and I just kind of had to like lock in to play the game, and so for me, it's just kind of annoying if they're just continually talking to me.
100%. Yeah, I totally get that. As an introvert myself, I absolutely empathize with that. But like we said earlier, like some people are not introverted, right?
Yeah.
Some people are very, very extroverted, and they just really like the social aspect of this game. You know, they like chatting
you,
with their
Tora?
opponent.
I kind of think I'm one of these people now that I think about
Do you
it.
think so?
Yeah, like
don't know that
think,
you are.
I think I play games, and I just like at a local, especially. I just like to have a good time. I'm there. Not for a long time, clearly, but for a good time. And I like, if I like know the person, I want like the experience of having played to be like a fun one. Like
For sure.
they swing 7 and you're like, I don't know about that. And then you like fan out your cards and you're like 7, and then you like give 2, 1, 2 or whatever. But I just want it to be like fun for both people.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
that's
think
more
that's
in
totally
the
fair.
sense of like bantering with the other
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
While as some people are just like, oh, he's got like 8 Dawn up. I wonder what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna play.
Cost Gecko Mori, the pillar of the format.
Ben Beckman. He's
Not
gonna
anymore.
he's gonna play. Oh, he's gonna play Rayleigh this turn. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna play 10-drop Shanks.
Yep.
Like, don't narrate what I'm about to do
Yeah.
when I'm about to do it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you nothing can stop me. But now I don't want to do that.
yeah. I think overall, Chatty Cathy is probably harmless, but you do make a good argument that this person could be a net positive in that they do enable some sort of interaction, like the Never Brings Dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with players. So,
But Never Brings Dice person is so much more handsome than Chance.
Never
Chatty
Brings
Cathy,
Dice
so.
is very fun.
Wait,
and
time out.
very cool and very positive for the community. I'm Never Brings Dice.
Yeah, but I'm Chatty Cathy.
That's tough for you.
Chatty Cathy jail Never Brings Dice net positive.
Well, maybe death penalty. You know what I'm saying?
I got one time my way out of it. No, I'm kidding. I think they're harmless.
Yeah,
Harmless.
Just
I'm down to
harmless.
put him
I'm
at
harmless.
Yeah,
I'm
harmless.
down to put him at harmless.
Sick.
All right. Next up, we've got Max Rarity Guy.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is a guy with the blinged out deck.
Yeah.
He's got AAs for everything. He's got treasure rares. He's got SPs. He might not have their top 8, top 16, finalist cards, but they're high rarity cards.
Yeah.
This is the guy who plays mangas,
Yeah.
and I kind of want to make the argument that this guy is actually a net positive for the community, right? Normally people would go, oh, this guy's a tryhard. This guy's real serious about it. But this is the guy who's clearly shown through his deep, deep pockets that he loves the game, man. Like,
Yeah.
This is a guy who's about it. He's not necessarily a collector. He's first and foremost a player. I'm gonna buy this $400 manga card because I want to play this card because it's beautiful. I think it's cool. And I just want to hear that fucking snap when I put it down,
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's interesting because you brought up like they might not be top 8. Like actually I feel like most of the top players usually aren't like super ultra blinged out like that.
No, usually not.
Yeah, and
I
so
feel like they're base rare guys because they're always like switching to the best deck.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like,
Most of
let
them
me
are
hop
not.
over here.
Yeah.
But I really agree with you in that like this is kind of like how people show love for their deck. For
sure.
And like they want to show that like, hey, I'm committed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they go on a dating show. You got a deck full of mangas.
Yeah.
That man's about commitment.
Yeah. He ain't leaving you.
Green
He's
flags.
broke. Yeah, he is for sure broke. That boy don't got no money. You're paying for the first date because he got a place at a manga Ray Lee.
But he looked damn good.
He looked damn good on that mat. Yeah.
I feel like also we have like a high density of these people in our like local SoCal community.
Yeah, for sure. We
And-
got a few whales.
Yeah, we do
got a
have
few
some whales.
The
and-
rent's high here for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and God, those cards are beautiful.
Yeah,
though.
they do really. They look really good. I live vicariously through a lot of these players who play like their mangas or their top
Yeah.
player cards, and I'm like, man, those are gorgeous.
Would you not play mangas if Pluffy played manga cards?
I don't think I could.
Okay.
Because Pluffy has the 9-drop SEC Rush Luffy.
Oh, yeah.
That one is a manga.
Oh, is that a manga?
Yeah, that
Oh,
one
it's
is a
not the 10
manga.
I don't know why. I always think it's just always the 10 drop that's the
No,
manga.
yeah,
I swear that
yeah.
card has more mangas than any other card.
Yeah, that one has a manga. The 10-drop that takes an extra turn. That one has a manga and a wanted poster treatment.
Oh,
Wow.
and an alt art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has multiple ultimates.
That's
And
cool.
he's getting the new one. I don't know if we're getting it, but there's like a
the
Japanese one.
OP11
Yeah,
the
yeah,
white
yeah.
one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one looks
yeah.
really good.
I think we're
Yeah.
getting Blackbeard actually.
Oh, I did see that one.
that's-
Yeah.
Oh, we get that,
That one is cool.
instead?
That one is
Oh,
cool.
okay.
One, though. But But
yeah, Max Rarity Guy.
Max Rarity Guy, I don't think I could do it myself just because it's just a little bit too expensive for me.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit much. Like a leader is one thing because you can put it in a really nice safe case. Nobody really touches it much, but I don't know. Like even if I'm double sleeving, I just don't want to play the manga card.
Yeah,
I don't got it like that.
Unfortunately, I have the brain disease of liking mix and matched cards, so I'm always never going to be Max Rarity.
Your stuff is crazy. I borrowed his deck. I had to remember I borrowed his Blackbeard deck, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool. I draw a Blackbeard. It's base rare. I'm like, sick. I draw the next one, wanted poster. I'm like, now I got to remember I drew wanted poster. Next one, the alt art. I'm like, oh, this is getting crazy. I got to remember. I'm like, ditching wanted poster, ditching AA. He's like, no way, he's got another one. I'm like, base rare one.
Yeah.
And they're like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, I had to keep track.
Yeah. Yep. My argument here is that Max Rarity Guy is, love of the game, very pure.
Yeah,
I like
positive.
positive.
I like this guy. Yeah.
I like him.
Next up, we've got over here, deck thicker than Kim Kardashian.
hey, yo.
This is the guy with quadruple sleeves.
Oh.
He's got inners. He's got the regular dragon shields. He's got the outers. His outers have outers. This guy has the thickest deck of all time. It doesn't fit in a normal deck box. You have to use a double deck box. You have to use one of those corrugated boxes to hold his deck.
To hold the deck.
It is insane.
I would have said death penalty, but they're protected from that. I can't get through that many sleeves.
Their life near mint.
The crazy part about these decks is you flip the card. He plays the card. Base rare.
Yeah,
what is
it's crazy.
going on there?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
These guys just have the thing. They can't even handle their cards.
Yeah.
Because they're
Oh
so
my
thick.
god, trying to shuffle one of these decks.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm mulling. Hold on.
They're playing the accordion. It's insane.
They're just over there. They're like trying to mash these cards together.
Yeah, what are you molding clay over there? That's insane.
And then they're like, can you cut the deck? And you're like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll cut your deck.
Thor's hammer.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But all in all, I think that these people.
I already used my one time, but jail.
Yeah.
That's my argument.
I think these people are pretty harmless.
We need to find help for these people.
They're harmless.
They just love sleeving their cards. I don't know why.
They need help.
They got protection.
They need help. They need to have legitimately though. You can't shuffle these cards. Like when you have a freshly sleeved deck, it feels so good. It's like so buttery and smooth and luscious and whatever.
Yeah.
But these guys are sitting there working like so hard to just get these cards to fit together. I don't understand. They need
Imagine
help. There's something
re-sleeving
wrong.
one of these decks.
There's something wrong. Is that a speed category somewhere? Like
Re-sleeving a
yeah.
quadra-sleeve deck.
Yeah,
That
with
should be
Dawn.
with Dawn.
That should be on GDQ.
That one was crazy. Yeah.
You're telling me you don't bring your casino shuffler to the local?
That would be crazy.
Wait, that would be such a flex. Excuse me. We need a shuffler here.
Yeah, insane.
Shuffler on table 2.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think this person is pretty harmless.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm like not handling their cards all very much. It's just kind of annoying that we have to sit through them shuffling and having a hard time because it looks like they have arthritis when they're handling their cards. But
they deserve everything they get.
yeah, I think they're harmless.
Like Juvie?
Juvie? Damn, you're just trying to put people into jail. What's up today?
Look, I'm just trying to hold a high standard, man.
Yeah, all right, true.
Next up, we've got plays the game but doesn't watch the anime.
Goated.
Yeah,
You think these are goats?
low-key, I think gaming legend.
Yeah.
And my argument for it is that they're just in it for the love of the game. They have no connection to these cards whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're like,
that.
I play category.
Yeah.
I don't know what is that. What was that white stuff? I don't know. But
Is that Bleeko Brabin?
I don't know what this guy is. He doesn't look like a monkey to me. But crazy that they call him monkey.
What's that? Derek? Monkey Derek?
The monkey, Derek Luffy? I don't get it, man. But he's good. I think though it's cool because like
we're so blessed to play such a great card game. To be completely honest, like I have played a lot of different card games, and the fact that it's not just the IP that brings in people to play this game. Like, people just love to play this game. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting here talking about it. And, like, that's why I think I could argue that they're gaming legend. They're awesome. I actually really enjoy it. And if anything, it's like a gateway. If they do want to learn more about the cards, they can go and watch the show and everything. And it is such a good time to be a One Piece fan right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a perfect example of this, right? It's like, I'm somebody who I followed the series. I as a child, I've read the manga up to a certain point.
Yeah.
But I haven't really watched the anime at all.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with the IP and some of the characters, but obviously there's a plethora of characters that I don't know. I have no idea who these characters even are.
Yeah.
But the game is so good.
Yeah.
I just gravitate towards playing the game, and I can't get enough of it. So
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think you're right? It's just a very pure form of enjoyment of the game.
He's like, yeah, gaming legend.
Gaming legend.
He's calling himself the GOAT right now.
I'm just electric.
No, in all seriousness,
greatest
even if
ever
we
do
have
it.
to put him in there, like, I think this category is gaming legend for
Yeah,
me.
because like, even on the flip side of the same coin, right? Somebody who is not very good at the game but loves the IP. I think those guys are legends too, right?
Yeah,
it's just a very compassionate, pure form of what they love.
Yeah.
Just distilled down to the game itself.
I adore love of the game people.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's just the best. So I think gaming legend is very apt for that. And Xell, what do we got next here?
Yeah, so up next we have the TCG Globetrotter. These guys are the people who have come from far and wide, other TCGs. They have experienced other games, that's right. And they're usually the guys who say all sorts of crazy terminology for when they're playing One Piece, right? They can't keep the thing straight.
Can I see your yard?
What is that?
Can I see your graveyard?
Huh?
I'm scrying 5.
I'm tapping 3 mana, and I will summon.
Wait, that's you.
Yeah, well, he does that sometimes, but
I
honestly,
think it's
not
funny.
all that often.
I've tried to beat it out of my system.
Yeah,
Like, it's very, very difficult for me. I've just played other games for so long, but I think these guys are generally harmless. It's just very funny to hear like people say different terms for these things that we sort of just like take for granted. So
Yeah.
like I played against a Bella Betty player who just said, I summoned this, I summoned that. And I was like, God damn, I'm playing against Yugi Moto. Over here.
yeah.
Exodia.
This guy just has a Ouija board. Like, on the-
Oh my god, he's got the Millennium Puzzle. I'm gonna put these guys at harmless.
Harmless, yeah.
Yeah.
I think these guys are I kind of want to make the argument that these are a net positive because these guys circulate the market, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, they bring a lot of experience and maybe some of the good qualities of other card games to like One Piece or to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or to Pokemon. These guys just have been everywhere, have a lot of experience, and I think they're kind of good for the community.
Yeah.
Maybe not specifically One Piece, but for just card games in general. Like, these guys have to exist and are good for the economy.
And they might spread the gospel.
Yeah.
You know?
I think coming from other games, I think I didn't play any other TCGs before One Piece. So I get a lot of people who are like, oh, do you play other games? And I always say no, but when I ask them that, they're like, yeah, I played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and I'm like, dang.
I played MetaZoo. Like, is that even a game? What is that?
NFTs, I don't know. But yeah, I think the game, the fact that they are now playing the game, and those are also the same people that I see week in, week out at locals, means the game is good. They come back and they're always there, and I feel like they spread the word and they bring their homies.
Yeah.
And now the game is bigger and that pot is growing and we might get to 2 boxes one week.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
That's
So-
actually become my like personality trait with my Magic friends. Is like they can't shut me up about this game. Every time I get excuse me, sir, it's 2 a.m. Excuse me, have you heard of One Piece, the trading card game? You can't get mana screwed. It's awesome. You just get 2 down every turn. But don't you wish you could have that in Magic? It's so sick. So yeah, it's just, I am literally that guy. So yeah, I don't know, harmless.
You think harmless?
I'm
I think net
net
positive.
positive.
Yeah, I think net positive.
Yeah,
Sorry.
give yourself some respect.
That's right. Never brings dice.
All right, TCG Globetrotter goes to net
I'm just a
positive.
net positive.
Next up,
Dang it.
we've got guy who cosplays their leader.
Ooh, I love these guys.
These guys are very fun.
Yeah, again, just pure passion.
Yeah, they just bring the sort of energy that you feel in the room.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to be playing against this guy. You just see them across the room at a regional. They're cosplaying their leader. They're having a good time. It's just so infectious.
Yeah. Also, just straight up, like they are so good for the optics of One Piece.
Oh, for
and-
sure.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Like
so
the card
good.
game. Like
Yeah.
if I saw a picture of a regional, I do not want to see any of those butt cracks, man. I want to see people in Luffy cosplays.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
see people in, I'm sorry, LOL cosplays. Just he rolls his eyes as hard as possible.
Yeah.
Just whatever deck they're playing that day. Like I think it's cool that people like want to express their love of the IP, you know, in that way, and I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
Like
For me, these little like I don't know if this is devil's advocate, but this is just like a personal thing. I feel like these are my sweatiest games. Like I don't want to go back.
You want to lose to these guys?
I don't. I really don't. Because I don't want to go back to the boys and get clowned on the fact that you lost to Trafalgar Law.
That's
like,
crazy.
how could you do that to us?
imagine you lose to a Shanks cosplayer and he gives you his hat.
Oh!
Hold that L.
Oh my god.
I'm like at a regional in Mesquite. I book the next flight home. I hold that hat in my lap.
Return it to me when you're good enough.
That's crazy.
Oh.
That's crazy.
No. Yeah, I can't be clowned on by the boys. But
And that player? Jackson.
I'm keeping this hat till I die.
No.
Crazy, man.
A gaming legend.
Gaming
legend.
legend. I'm
Sure.
down for
I'm
these
down.
guys to be a gaming legend. I think it's just very fun. It's wholesome, and we like these guys.
There's a flip side to this though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What if they're not cosplaying their leader?
These guys cosplay a character and they play a different leader.
Yeah, they're
Dude. I feel
jail.
so
I also think jail.
I might one time this and hit the death panel.
Holy shit! Death metal. Nice. Speak to that. Speak to that.
Yeah.
I'm dragging
Alright.
it in because I can't do anything about it. But
I don't want you cosplaying cute little Tony Chopper. You guys talk about Tony Chopper a lot, and every time you talk about that deck, I get a big old smile in the car.
I was gonna say something different.
yeah, I thought he was gonna say something else.
It's a child. But I'm a believer in the deck, even though I know it's bad. But I know the hat is really popular. Like
Yeah.
that's such an easy
Yeah.
hat and like easy. I think it's like an easier cosplay, like quote unquote
Sure.
cosplay. No one's fucking playing that leader. They're just playing Katakuri, Sakazuki. Leave my boy alone.
That's true. Like, but in their defense, are they actually cosplaying Tony Chopper? Like until they're fucking walking on all fours and clopping around. Guard point. That's not really a that's
Okay,
not
fair.
that's not a cosplay.
All right, this is your enemy. Like your greatest enemy is gonna be the guy who's playing the Don Quixote Rosinante deck,
Yeah.
dressed as Law.
Oh, kill
and
him.
every card, every card is gonna be
And
Law.
suddenly he's on board with the deck.
Kill him.
Yep.
Kill him. Lethal injection. Electric. I want all of it. All of it. I want it to be painful. Expedite that.
Low key though, I kind of respect it. It's just like the mind games. You know?
yeah.
I hate that.
You
I
sit
hate
down.
You're in a Blackbeard cosplay. You're playing Shanks. You're shaking in your boots.
that.
Yeah.
He flips over his leader. It's Boa Hancock.
Every time he draws a card out the Boa ability, he's like, you're like, I'm so confused.
I don't know what to feel.
Death penalty.
Okay,
yeah,
death
we
penalty it
gotta
is.
use this one time. All right. So speaking of death penalty,
What?
we got
We go back to back?
only plays Bonney. These are the players that
Oh, no.
only play Bonney. In and out. Meta in and out. It doesn't matter how she's positioned in the meta. Shanks is really popular. Blackbeard is really popular. Oh, I like Bonney because rest your leader. Don Quixote do Flamingo. Freeze here. Freeze yourself. yourself. Jail. I'm using my one-time jail.
Okay, hold on. I know you're using your one time. We have a good friend of the pod, Teej.
Yeah, but he plays NL too. He's not who
He
that I'm talking
hasn't
about.
played NL in so long. Brother, he's only playing Bonney, and he's playing Pedro with Bonney.
Jail. Put him behind bars. I'm sorry, Teach.
That's my goat.
Yeah,
I love
jails,
him.
bars, Guantanamo. Lock him up.
He's out.
Lock him up. I'm not gonna kill him. He looks good.
He hasn't gotten to that point in the anime. When he does, the police are gonna come
Jail.
knocking.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jail.
Needs rehabilitation.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I tried my best, Teej.
Yeah.
Jail time.
All right. Next one, we've got the Copium Huffer.
Oh,
This guy loves his deck, his or her deck, and will not change. No matter what it is.
No matter what.
Or she believes to the day they die.
Whitebeard.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah,
we were all thinking
I got
it.
We're all
three.
thinking
I got
of-
3 letters for you.
Yeah.
J-C-M. Whitebeard.
He's the goat, though.
He is
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely the
He's
goat.
the goat.
Yeah,
but-
and he's the prime example that I want to put Copium Huffer in Gaming Legend.
Yeah.
Like these are the guys who never give up on their deck.
Yeah.
They don't complain when it's bad. They don't pop off when it's good. They just love the leader. It's just pure love and passion. And I love that from them.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the thing that like really separates these people from, like low tier hero evil, for
Yeah.
example, is that like there's no complaints. They're just
Yeah.
like, this is just the wrong build.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can fix this.
Yeah.
We can get there.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I can
matter.
fix her.
Yeah.
and sometimes they do.
Yeah, they do.
They
Yeah.
they figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I've said it to John a lot of times. Like, dude, I just don't believe in Whitebeard in this meta. I think it's tough.
Yeah.
And he is cooking.
He
In
proves
fact,
you
he-
wrong.
In fact, he got a rice cooker.
Yeah, he won a rice cooker.
He-
An uncut sheet to a rice cooker.
He got second in a treasure cup on
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's insane. And
Yeah.
I think another good example is like Cross on Rebecca. Just
Yeah, for
believed.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
even though the deck list looks
Crazy.
Wild.
Cuckoo
Cuckoo.
caca.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
it's just absolutely but got there.
Yeah.
Animal Marco. He's playing Richie.
They get there.
He got there.
Yeah. Supersonic Duckbill Squad?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's a good card in Zoro.
They swing with it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
a
crazy.
2K.
So I have the utmost respect for these people. I think despite the fact that we're saying they're like huffing the copium, they get there. And I
they
think
get
that's
there.
the thing. And
Yeah.
they don't complain about it. They're just hard work, dedication. They're Rock Lee.
Rock Lee.
Yeah, yeah,
The
they're-
Taijutsu King.
They're just beating that dummy until the wood is just absolutely rotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So gaming,
Gaming
legend.
legend.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
down.
Bury
Yeah.
JCM in those pyramids.
Yep, JCM, you are my gaming legend goat. Next up, pretty self-explanatory. We got Cheater. We got these are the guys are stacking their decks.
Put them in
stacking
front
their
of the wall,
life,
bro. Just,
cheating in the
Take
online
'em
treasure
out.
cups. They got foot pedals.
Death penalty.
I agree.
Death penalty.
100%.
Yep.
Just get
I
them
don't
out of
think
the
we
game.
really have to talk
Just
about this too
please
much.
get out of here.
Yeah, we don't have to talk
Please
about this one
be
too
better.
much. And next to that, we have Base Rarity Guy.
I love base Rarity Guy.
Yeah, Base Rarity Guy is sick.
Low-key? That's me. I've been rocking base rarity ever since
Death
Catacry-
penalty.
Oh, this was a trap.
In all fairness, like when we talked about Max Rarity Guy and how he shows his love of the game through buying cards that he thinks are really cool and blinging out his deck, Base Rarity Guy is the same guy, but just displayed in a different way, right? It's
Right, yeah.
it's like a guy who just loves playing the game. Like, oh, I just really like these cards. I like this deck, and I play the game because I love the game. I
Yeah.
don't care about blinging out my deck. I just love playing it.
Yeah. I think similar to like the people who play the game, don't watch the anime, whatever. They're just in it to play, and I
That's
love
so
that.
sick.
Yeah, it's actually so sick.
So
This is sounding like I'm getting buried in the pyramids.
yeah, low key. I think base Rarity Guy is a gaming legend.
Yeah, gaming legend. I've seen that deck. You're not there.
All right, dude, the choppers are so cute though.
They are cute.
I've
the
been
choppers are
I've
cute.
been fiending.
Yeah, but you're not base Rarity Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
that's tough
anymore.
for you.
But there was a time.
Yeah.
You and I are semi-rarity guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your rarities are crazy. Why is it one of each?
Yeah, that
How
is
did-
actually insane.
How did that
sick.
come
It's
about?
insane.
So sick.
No,
no?
it's not.
Mix and match guy. I think that should be a guy. Hey, comments.
Mix
let me
and
know.
match?
Mix and match guy. Kind of
Death
sick.
penalty.
No? You guys use your one time. I'm safe.
Mix and match guy needs
No.
to go. Mix and match guy is crazy. Next up, we have raw leader guy.
Raw leader guy. Yeah.
This is guy just raw dogs his leader.
I'm going back to back. It sounds
No
like.
sleeve.
No
just
sleeve.
just raw on the
Yep.
table, oily, beaten up. The dirtiest pair of Air Force Ones you've ever seen.
I like it when there's whites on the side of my card. It's nice.
That's great. PSA 2.
Yeah, PSA 2
I see these
maybe.
guys, and they have one thing in common. Whenever they swing with their leader, they pick up the leader. They go. You know what I mean?
Dude, they do that.
They snap
no.
their leader. They like fold
Yeah.
it, and they like bend the crease on it, and
is
they go
great.
5 lead.
I'm getting
It's
called
actually
out,
crazy.
like, on God.
I never thought about that because I always have my leader in like a little mini snap
Uh-huh.
case. These guys do pick up their leader and they fidget with them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I go crazy.
Yeah.
I go crazy. I'm thinking about my play and I'm just bending him.
It's
And
insane.
then the thing about it, I go X3 drop, go home, tear this boy up, pick up a new one.
That's insane.
That's
He's
just
back.
feng shui, baby.
Yeah.
Like
That-
you,
yeah.
You know, you have like one for each day of the local. You know, you're like day one, I bring this guy. You like lose all your dice rolls. You can't win anything. You're
Yep.
like, all right, that guy's into the trend.
Time for a new one.
Yeah, it's like a new fortune cookie.
And
And then
then-
crack it open, and you're like, oh, this one's doing good for me.
You roll into that raw base rarity leader that just wins you every single dice roll.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's the crustiest leader of all
Yeah.
time.
Uh-huh.
It's beaten to hell.
But it's the golden ticket.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just never lose. You actually, there's like no more text on it anymore.
It's white.
It's not even tournament legal. You can't tell what leader it is.
And then he
But
never
it-
won a game again.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. I think these guys, harmless.
Low-key gaming legend. You know?
Legends.
These guys are kind of legendary.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I'm going back to back up there.
All right,
That's
harmless.
crazy.
You got to give me one more reason to put him in gaming legend.
Harmless it is.
No.
Raw
I couldn't
leader
think
guy
of another reason.
goes to harmless. And next
Sometimes
up-
the alts are better.
The next thing we have on the list is Etsy Leader. These are the custom everything, you know.
it doesn't have to be the leader. It can
Yeah,
be the Dawn.
it's like they're just super custom with
Yeah.
it. You know, they might have like a custom art leader card that they
Yeah.
ordered from somebody or hired from an artist. They might have custom sleeves or whatever. They accessorize. They're
Yeah.
fashionistas
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
TCG world. These guys are pretty cool to me. Like
Yeah.
I think it's cool to like. I think one of my favorite like Twitter posts I've ever seen for One Piece was like a person who dressed up their Blackbeard leader like a K-pop card.
Oh,
it had like
so sick.
pink ribbons.
Oh,
and,
that's so
like,
cute,
Like
yeah.
It was
decorated
awesome.
with all this like flowery stuff. I thought it was awesome. I was
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
it's not tournament legal, but it should be.
Yeah.
just off
Awesome.
of pure vibes.
it should be mandatory.
Yeah, you have to have passed the vibe check to play in this
Yep,
regional.
yep.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think there's a couple of aspects that I really like about it. Like one is just supporting artists who
For sure.
you know put the time and effort to create a custom leader for somebody like we're not sponsored by them at all, but I've seen like Atakai TCG. They make some really cool ones, and actual artists who create this stuff from the
Yeah.
ground up. I
Yep.
think that's sweet.
Yeah, I love just supporting the community, people who love the IP and love the game,
Yeah.
and just want to share it within that particular context,
Yeah.
right? So being able to, financially support them by buying their Dons or their custom leader cards, I think it's really cool to be able to display that.
Netpazi.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
the game is also extremely expensive, right?
Yeah.
Like, leaders are one of those things that could run you anywhere from like $30 to $350, like
Yeah, if not
$500.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so expensive. And sometimes the base, I mean, I'm the base guy, but they just don't look good sometimes.
Yeah,
they look,
yeah.
they don't got that finish that you want
Until
on
they
them.
win you every single dice roll.
Yeah, then they're the best.
Then that's
Then
the
they're
best.
the best.
Yeah, but yeah, they're just wanting to be a little bit different, get something that's nice for them, and supporting someone is just beautiful.
So I think Etsy Leader goes in
Easy.
net positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have the guy who brings his girlfriend to every local.
That's tough.
This was just a funny category because I don't know why, but there's always like one of these guys at a local.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, or girls, you know,
Yeah, or
like
girls,
you know,
right.
whoever your partner is.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens that TCGs are very like male dominated,
Yeah.
so it just tends to be the girlfriend. But yeah, they just like bring their girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they just sit around, and just wait for the local to be over, and then
They're knitting in a corner,
Yeah,
they're reading a book.
exactly. Mostly, I just think this category is funny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think harmless is where I put them.
it's really harmless,
Harmless.
overall.
I think overall though, it would be cool if these people did learn, like
For sure.
Yeah.
like I would love to include these people in the locals.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yep.
There are plenty of times where I see at a local there are maybe a new couple. You can tell they're very new to the game because they have the starter decks. They're playing each other.
Yeah.
Like one is playing a blue Dofi leader, one's playing the purple Luffy starter deck because those just came out.
Good choices.
Yeah, and
Wow.
they're playing each other and they're excited about the game because they want to start a new hobby as like a couple. And I think that's really beautiful. That's something
Yes.
that's really cool. And I really encourage people who play this game to see if their partner would be interested in playing because I think it's a great bonding activity for sure.
Yeah. And I think sometimes they're just there for the social aspect of it, and I
Definitely.
think that's totally fair. And like I think for us, the reason why I think this category like is funny to us because it happens to us very frequently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
Like usually it's because like we're going to dinner after, and like that's our ritual. That's
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
KFJ ritual.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Harmless.
Harmless.
Yep, I agree.
Sweet. All right, Xell, what's the next one here?
All right. Next person, kind of in line with the Ghost of Time every round person, is never reports. The TO calls out, that's time in the round. Wait, no one's still playing. Why are we still here? And then they have to go and go, all right, who didn't report? And then it becomes this whole thing. And
Yeah,
someone
hey,
goes,
who got it between
I'm
you
sorry,
guys?
I'm sorry, it was me,
Yep.
it was me. And they're holding up the tournament.
Yeah.
Are you guys always the one to report? Because I feel like during my matches, even if I lose, I'm like always the one to report.
Yeah.
I tend to, for those who are a little uninitiated here, I think, so I don't know if this is the same thing for other card games, but for One Piece specifically, it is general, just kind of practice, unspoken rule for the winner of a match to report the results. The loser of the match typically just gets up, you go to the bathroom, and you piss out your sorrows.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of BM to be like, I win, you report.
Yeah.
Think on
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's just an unspoken courtesy for
Yeah.
the winner to report the matches. But sometimes the winners just get up and they forget to report, and that's super annoying.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I've also done it too.
I also feel like it's like I do this a lot, and maybe I'm the issue here, but I just like you play the first game, it's close, and then there's still time in the round, and like you see other people playing, and you're like, hey, do you want to play another?
Yeah.
And you just go into another game. No one's touched their phone,
Yeah.
and then you're like you win or lose the next one, and you're like, you want to go again?
Yeah.
And then you go again, and then it hits the time, and then you're like, hey, who got it between you two? You still
Yeah.
playing? And you're like, nah, this is game 3.
yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah.
My bad.
It does hold up the tournament quite a bit,
Yeah.
but overall, I want to say harmless.
I wanna say harmless,
Yeah.
I want to say
yeah.
harmless. It doesn't hurt everyone that bad.
I think everyone does this at least once.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Gotcha.
cycles.
And I truly don't think it's like generally a repeated thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think it's like 2 minutes. Hey, who didn't report?
Yeah.
Okay, well, next we have the Unhinged Bandai name.
This guy has the craziest names of all time.
The Milkman.
Yeah, just
callback.
insane. It's got hieroglyphs. Like I don't know how you got that in there. It's insane.
Yeah, I forgot. There's some guy who tops pretty frequently whose name is like something, and then just like 10 @ symbols.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
lot
I
of those.
saw
There's a
that.
lot of
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was because they added them in last second, like through a wait list, and that's like how it showed
Oh.
up. But that was
That guy
I don't
gets
know
in a
for
lot
sure.
of waitlists, then.
It's multiple people. It's not just one guy.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
forget on what was the other tournament sign up app they used to use? Oh,
Arcane9,
Arcane9.
yeah.
Arcane9.
Yeah, I remember on the Arcane9 tournament series that someone had a peanut emoji in their name, or
That's so
was
funny.
their peanut, like their name was the peanut emoji, and they were always at top tables. And I was like,
That's
this guy
beast.
is awesome.
Yeah, that's so
like
cool.
it's
funny.
just a
That's so
peanut
cool.
emoji.
I love that it's the peanut emoji.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
why,
out
but
of
that's
all
very
of them,
funny.
I was like, this guy is cool.
It's insane that even like the Bandai TCG Plus app supports that kind of code.
Yeah.
For
For
it to even
show the
Arcane9.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arcane9.
Even
Yeah,
more
yeah.
archaic, I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low key gaming legend.
Yeah, I'm
Unhinged
down.
Bandai
Yeah.
name I think is a gaming legend, and it's even more legendary if they're good at the game.
Yeah,
If they're good at
yeah.
the game. It's just like, man, have you seen?
PPMD.
Yeah.
Dr. PP.
Have you seen 3-ply toilet paper? That guy is insane. Yeah, crazy.
he's
Charmin
so
Ultra Soft is
good.
topped again.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things like if you're trying too hard with it, it's cringe.
Yeah.
But if you're just there and you're topping the tables as peanut emoji,
Yeah.
you have my respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed. And next up, to kind of round out the categories here, we have the GOAT. Good.
Oh,
This is the humble kings. This is the people who are incredible at the game, super talented, very well respected in the community, but are just really silent about their dominance. Like they just kind of demand the respect of others around them because they're so nice, they're so considerate, they're so
Yeah.
humble, and they're just beasts. These are the Philip Vu's, the Justin Sains
Yeah.
of the world. Shout out to the two Don guys, but
Yeah.
absolute just goats.
There's nothing to be said here. They're just gaming legends.
Gaming
Like,
legends
You want
through
these
and through.
people around, and they just elevate the community.
100%. Nothing bad will ever come out of these guys. They're just so handsome.
I think I'd even put like John JCM
Yeah,
in that category.
100%.
He,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like for someone who I guess for me isn't like amazing at the game in any sense, like the fact that he's willing to talk to like when we go to locals, everyone at the local is awesome, and it's like pillar of the community type of deal.
Definitely.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
definitely a pillar of the community.
yeah,
for sure.
so
I specifically remember with John, like I was very new to the game. I came to like crossing for the first couple times, and we played, and he would just kind of tell you what you did wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny knowing John now because like he can't even explain why he does things right
Yeah,
or wrong.
right.
He
it's
just knows.
vibes.
Yeah,
It's
it's just like
vibes.
vibes. But the fact that he's willing to put that effort in to try to like get you on the right path
For sure.
is super admirable.
Yeah.
Like I think those are the type of people that you want at your locals because they just,
Definitely.
again, like I said before, they just elevate the community. So.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a West Side One Piece community without JCM.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it just
not in
wouldn't
that way,
exist.
not in the
Yeah.
way that it is here.
Yeah. I think the community is so much better with him
Yeah.
in it. Yeah. So the GOAT good.
Bury them in
nothing,
those pyramids.
Nothing needs to be said. These are gaming legends. And on the flip side, we've got the GOAT, evil.
Oh,
These are the heels of the community.
Kaiba.
These guys are undeniably talented and are goated at the game, but we just want to root against them.
Death penalty.
wow.
All right, so I kind of have a spicy take here. You can agree or disagree, Tora, but I think the GOAT evil is also a gaming legend. There's no yin without the yang.
Oh,
Without the war, there's no Private Ryan to be saved.
I just watched Ping
Kinda
Pong.
bars.
Yeah, he is spitting because I just watched Ping Pong the animation. Awesome anime.
Yeah.
And Dragon or even like
Wait, okay, wait.
Wenga?
You think he's? I think he's go good. No,
no, I think he's go bad.
a dragon. I think
Dragon
he's
is
the go good.
Dragon is
Oh.
go good.
Yeah, I think
Dragon
he's
is
go
I
good.
don't think there's anyone that's like technically go bad in that.
I think early Wenga was.
Oh, early Wenga,
yeah,
early
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think
But
like
he turned into go good too.
Yeah, he
yeah,
turns
yeah.
into go
Everyone
good.
kind of turns into go good, but in my eyes, like Dragon is like the monster that
Sure.
everyone's trying to beat, and
Sure.
that in a sense is like go bad.
Yeah.
But like the backstory leads him to be go good.
Right.
But someone like that is just important for the community to kind of like banned against.
Yeah.
But like not even in like a malicious way,
Right.
but a way that they're like, when we talk about Philip or John or those guys, we're like, oh, they topped, nice, we like that.
Yeah.
Let's
We're
go.
always rooting for these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you see the other guys top, you're just like, dang it, they topped again.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But we
hate that
gotta
they're so
beat
good.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to specifically like divide this evil thing because like there's like people who are just like transphobes who like top, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, no, you death penalty.
Th-
You
those
get 'em
are
outta here.
those
Get
are
'em outta
not
here.
goats.
No.
Those are not goats.
But we're specifically talking about people who are just like so good, but they let people know they're good. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
They're
Their
not
egos are
humble.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign up to my Metafy immediately
Yeah.
if you want to be as good as me.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, that's ego, but
Yep.
he kind of cooks everybody,
Yeah,
so he
he's
might
good.
deserve
He's
it.
very good at the game.
Yeah.
But
So my argument here is gaming legend. I think in order for there to be light, there must be darkness.
Okay, I'm a little with that actually. That's kind of interesting.
kind of spitting.
A little cook over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
yeah.
cooking.
That's a filet o fish.
Yeah. I'm Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to have more people who are like purposefully the heel. Like
yeah,
that,
like
you
your
know?
your Filipino champs, your
Yeah.
perfect legends, your Leffins
like
of the
beat
world.
your chest a little bit, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
Your
like
hungry
say
boxes,
it with your
maybe.
chest.
Yeah.
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 Like people, there are gonna be people who hate you, but
Yeah.
at the same time, they respect you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's a very
we have no
interesting.
choice.
Yeah,
We have no choice but to respect you.
Very good at the game.
low-key gaming legend.
Gaming
Yeah.
legend.
I think you gotta bury them as well. Give them
Yeah,
their
no,
flowers.
Yep.
Yeah, hate this guy.
It's on the other side of the pyramid, but they're still buried in the pyramid.
That pyramid always has a cloud above it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dark.
So this is what our final tier list is looking like. We've got quite a few things in gaming legend. We got some people who deserve death for sure. But yeah, this is what it looks like. We have ranked now successfully every single kind of One Piece trading card game player.
Yeah, let us know if we may have missed anything, or if there's categories you guys want to talk about, or if you have fun stories about some of these people that are at your locals.
Yeah.
We want to hear about them. Maybe we'll take some of those and like read them out for the next episode.
Definitely.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Tora, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. First guest ever on the pod, so
Yeah.
that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks
They-
for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. They kind of activated the bench player here. They have like 10 people before me, like JCM, other serial winners, and they're like, dude, this kid, bring him up from the bench.
Hey, we're not called extra drop for nothing.
He's our vibes merchant.
I'm the glue guy.
You
sometimes.
are. And that's gaming legend. And that's gaming legend, brother.
Do you have any shout outs or anything?
Anything to
Not
plug?
really. I'm on Twitter. You can probably put that on there.
Yeah, I
it's
can put that.
just Yasunaga_ Tora or something like that. But yeah, you can catch my droppages there. I don't think I've won a game in like 3 weeks. That's tough for you. It is.
That is tough.
All right, I haven't played the same deck, and I've been playing different. Never mind. I'm not gonna make excuses. It's just
Always shit,
Always
always happy.
always shit, always happy. Okay, give me that. I walk around in that place with a smile going.
Always
X4.
shit, always vibes is crazy.
Hey,
yeah.
someone's got to add to the pot.
But yeah, that is it for this
That's
episode of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please support us by liking, comment, and tell the people about it. You know, like
Yeah.
I think word of mouth is always great. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening / watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See you next week.
Bye bye.